Hello YouTube, it's CJ here, and I'm going to share with you a project that I'm currently working on for a swap that is going on. So we'll go ahead and get started. This is going to be about making your own rubber stamp, and basically that's what the swap is about. First of all, you need to make your own rubber stamp, and the theme of it is actually pretty much open from there. I'm going to try and make some row houses, and I'll show you how it's going. Now I've got this big stamp right here. It says for really big mistakes. Okay, I picked up a whole bunch of these, oh gosh, it's been a couple of years ago, from one of these party accessory shops. Don't remember the name of it. It might have been something like Party Palace or Party Galaxy or something like that. But they had a whole bunch of them, and they were like 2 for $1, so it was real inexpensive. This is one way that you can do it. You can just use erasers like this. You can use the little inexpensive erasers that you can get in packages like at Target or Walmart. You can buy sheets of the eraser material like this also. And then it's also sold in sheets like this. This particular one was a 3x4 sheet that I got. You can carve on both sides in this case, and I will on this big one too. But this one is a little bit harder. This is much tougher. This is more like a tile, and it just depends upon, you know, what you're wanting. Now the tool I'm going to use, excuse me, I've got allergies that are starting to drive me crazy. The tool I'm going to use is called a speed ball, and the end of it opens up like this, and inside there's a lot of different pieces for cutting. You can see that there's shapes like this, and some are with a hook that you can use, and slicing, that type of thing. The one that I use more than anything else is this real fine tip like this. That's the one I generally start with, and from there I'll go to a larger tip. And then what you can do is just store all your pieces back in the end of it. And that way you don't lose them, hopefully. Okay, and then it just all screws back together like so. Alright, so let me show you a couple of the little projects I've done in the past. A lot of these rubber erasers I've made, I have given away in swaps in the past, and so I just have a few left. Let's see, we'll start with, what you want to normally do is start with a drawing, and in this case I did a little snail, and then I created a little snail from that. See if we put that on there like this. There he is. Okay. Then I was in another swap in which we made buttons, and I made this one and this one. Okay. And then just to talk to you about how to go ahead and put your drawing on there. Basically you can draw right on there. I normally just use a permanent pen or a Sharpie or something like that. If you're going to do words, you do have to think ahead a little bit. For example, here's this one. Can you tell what it says? See there? Got to read it backwards. It says hugs. Okay. Now if you can read it right, like this one, this is wrong. And that was, I did that on purpose to show you that. If you go ahead and draw it on there just like you can read it like this, then what's going to happen is when you print it out like this, here we go, and there we go, it's going to be backwards. So the best way to do that is go ahead and draw out your excuse me, letters like this, And then on the back, what I will do is I will trace and scribble in with my pencil what it is I have on the front. Okay. I'll set it down onto my piece of eraser, and then just scribble over the top of it, and it will leave a mark on the eraser just like this. Okay, so this is what I'm going to transfer onto there, but in order to do that, you have to do it backwards. Okay, and then this one, the one that's correct, but it looks backwards. See, it looks backwards. And you get all little eraser crumbs. And we put it down here like this. Oops, it's upside down. Let me do it again. Okay. Right there. And we have hugs. That's something I put on a lot of my cards, a lot of my emails, a lot of my messages. It's just a friendly little way I am, I guess. But anyway, there's some of them that I have made recently. Oh, here's one more. This one, you're not going to be able to read anyway, but I'll put it right there. Actually, what that says is dog in Chinese, or it's supposed to. That was another swap that I was in, and that was a lot of fun too. And here's my snail. I love my little snail. I put him on a lot of my packages. See? Okay. Alright, we'll go on from there. This next swap I'm going to be in, I want to do a row house. And I went ahead and I took my, for very big mistakes, and I drew a picture of a row house on it, like so. And that's the beginning. Okay? I made my first stamp. Okay, that's this one right here. I stamped that off. And it's still dark. That means that I'm going to have to go in there and cut some more out of it. And then I went to the second stamp after I'd cut some out of it. You see it's a little bit lighter. And the next one. And I'm just going to keep working on it. I'll keep removing some more of the rubber in order to get my lighter areas. You don't want to go in there and just immediately remove a whole bunch of area, because once you remove it, you're not going to put it back. Now when I get ready to stamp these, they really need to be saturated with ink, okay? And most of you know that when you get ready to ink up a stamp, that when you look at it and it looks shiny, it's pretty much ready. But do you see right there? Nope, not ready. Okay, so I'm just going to go back and push some more, just like so. Alright, that looks like it's pretty close. And what I'm going to do on these big stamps like this, I always take and put the paper on top of it and push through it, just like this. And that way, I'm more liable to pick up the sign, and the ink will go where it's supposed to. Now let's see what we've got here. Not too bad. One little area, and this is simply because I did not press real well there. One thing to think about when doing this, and even with your just bigger stamps that you buy, don't be in a hurry. Press it real well all over. Okay? Now you can see the difference between, this was number 2, this was number 3, and you can see it's getting lighter yet. Okay? So I'm just going to keep adding, or actually subtracting the eraser, cutting it out, and it will get lighter and lighter. Okay? Now I've got another row house started. Oh, and by the way, since I've got this row house started. I've always got the back, and I can do something else on the back. And if it bothers you, like seeing this lettering on here, you can always just paint over that and then put your design on there and cut it out from there. Okay? My second row house looks like this. Okay. What I normally do with my piece is I will start going around my edges. And you don't have to work real fast. I generally just put my tool down like this at an angle, push in, and just generally follow the outside line of whatever it is I'm going to be cutting around. Okay? And see, I've got that little stringer right there. Normally, if you're coming along and you just pop it up a little bit like that, it will just come right off. See there? Okay. When I've got a circle like this, now you can get in there and you can go around like this, but sometimes it's almost easier to move the object around. And I can start here like this and just slowly start moving the object and my tool, and I can get around there pretty good, just like so. And then I'm going to pop up the end and see how that came out. Okay. Alright. With this particular row house, I've got lots of light areas in there. So that means that all these pink areas is what I'm going to remove. And then all the dark areas is what I will put onto my ink pad, and it should stamp out the shape of this house. And I think that'll be a cute little house when it's done. Okay, so that's the project I'm working on currently. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. You have a good day, and we'll catch you later. Bye-bye now.